Hello everyone, this is Valerie, and I just want to share a message about the life we're living now. Um, is not what we are preparing for, and we're all going through this phase now. And I just want to share my perspective that there was a time not long ago when life felt so predictable. We were moving forward, building, growing. People started going into therapy. They started to look into self-development, going back inside, learning about themselves, understanding how to live better, how to find the growth, and technology was helping us. Information was everywhere. It felt like we were evolving, and we didn't realize it back then, but we were actually preparing for something. And then everything stopped, and we had COVID. COVID came, and the whole world has just went on the pause. Suddenly, nothing felt certain. We were at home, facing ourselves, our relationship, our health, our fears. We had to rethink everything that was mattered to us. And when it ended, many of us expected things go back to normal, but they didn't. Instead, life started moving faster and heavier. So since then, we have 5 years, and 4 years ago, the war in Ukraine began. Conflicts around the world grew. The cost of living went up. People started feeling pressure. At the same time, technology kept accelerating. AI entered our daily life. Everything became so quick, loud, more demanding. It's so much information, and it started to feel like one thing after another, like another wave and another wave and another wave. And before you could recover from one, there would be another one coming. And now, what's happening in the world with the new war evolving? For some people, it feels overwhelming, like being pulled under the water. For others, something is different happening. They're learning how to stay steady inside of it. Because the truth is, the waves are not random, they're results of everything that has been built before us. Decisions, systems, structures created over generations that we lived in the last generation that we have came out of the survival, started to evolve, and now it's all falling apart. And now we're living through the consequences of that has been built. From a Western society perspective, this moment is even bigger. The system that shaped our world, what we believed is true, how we work, how we live, how we define what success is, what happiness is changing. And not all at once, but enough that we can feel it. It's for some of us, especially those who came from the place that have already experienced instability, that doesn't feel entirely new, especially coming from Ukrainian background. It feels familiar. What is happening in the world is like a pattern, and the history likes to repeat itself, but it's a new form, because history doesn't move in a straight line. It's a cycle. Things build, they stabilize, and eventually they change. And right now, we're in that change moment. So the question is no longer how do we go back to normal? How do we go back to how things were? Because we can't. The question is how do we live in a world that is in a big shift? And this is where something important becomes clear. Everything we were learning before about our awareness, our emotions, resilience, nervous system, it wasn't just personal growth, it was a preparation for this time. Because in a world that keeps changing, the only real stability we have is what we build within ourselves. Our ability to pause, our ability to breathe, to think clearly, not to react to everything around us. Some people are trying to control everything, pushing harder, work harder, perform, move faster, trying to ride the horse at full speed, hoping they won't fall behind. But that leads to exhaustion. And there's another way. It's more like a learning how to surf. So building that surfboard for yourself. You don't control the wave. You don't control the waves that are coming on and on. You learn how to move with it. You learn to balance. You build your surfboard, your timing, your awareness. You feel like there's a new wave coming. You get steady on the surfboard. You learn to balance. You fall sometimes and then you get back up. and slowly realize the wave is not the problem, it's how you meet it. And maybe that's what this time is really asking for us, not to fight what is happening, not to pretend everything is fine and it will go back to normal, but to become stronger, steadier, more aware, so we can move through it without losing ourselves. Because it's not just a time of uncertainty, it's unprecedented times when we are transitioning. Sometimes we feel like it will all go back and become again the way we think it was. But everything is changing. And whether we realize it or not, we are part of what is coming next. We are building that new world. And as systems fall apart, as everything collapses, for you, the most important is to concentrate on your surfboard and know how to stabilize yourself. So, this is what's coming. This is how we're going to live. And this is why I am running Active Creative, to find that balance within yourself. Find the safe space we can recalibrate, realign, get steady, and move forward.